Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, bringing to you the OoTR Dungeon Door Requirement Tournament Qualifier number 6. On restream today we will have Sage and Keymaker. On tracking we have Lazy and Joda with J. And on commentary we have Dobby Digital and Darklink. Say hello, guys.
How's it going?
Hello.
One thing I have noticed immediately in this DDR qualifier is that they will not have bridge in the beginning. So get ready for the quick Deku rush, which we'll see every time anyways. But yeah, Shadow Medallion. Interesting. Nothing to guarantee a song or anything like that. So it looks like it's anyone's game here.
Looks like we're about to start. And yeah, as Dark was mentioning, if you're not familiar with the DDR settings, one of the main differences from the most other actual presets is that DDR uses variable medallions. So you start, in order to access the Rainbow Bridge, you need 1 stone, and then in order to get Ganon's boss key from the Light Arrow cutscene, you need 5 medallions. So that's going to be their goal. Their end goal is going to be get 1 stone, get 5 medallions, beat Ganondorf, have cake. If you are just joining us from the EU Weekly, first off, welcome to everyone. And if you're not familiar with the DDR rule set, it's a glitch rule set designed to be between standard and no and wrong work that allows a lot of the quality of life glitches while banning some of the most powerful glitches in the game. So you're not going to be seeing things like item manipulation, wrong warping, bomb hovering. Those are the major ones you won't see. There are some other more minor techniques that are also banned. Those are kind of the big category. In terms of the requirements for the dungeons, they are going to be, they're not allowed to clip into any dungeons. They have to open the boss door, open the dungeons and enter more or less the intended way, as well as needing to get to boss rooms, you have to stand in front of the door and press that.
Mido's holding that strength. That's probably why that guy out there can't pick up the rock. Mido's been holding it out on him.
This makes sense. This explains everything of why he constantly can't hold that rock. In DDR, we actually don't need it, so we should just actually give it to that guy.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need that many, at least. Either way, let's go see what we have for Kokiri Sword. Also, I want to point out, it's not a huge deal, but vanilla cosmetics. Gross.
Well, at least on Keymaker's side, yes. It looks like on Sage's side, they are changed, and the tunic's the same color. Whether by coincidence or not. Though he actually has different colored parts, so some cosmetic.
I more meant like, I don't know. The Kokiri tunic, I can take it or leave it, honestly. I'll do it like once, and then it's similar to like not randomizing music. Hearing the music that's vanilla every single time is nice, like once, but if you do this enough times, it eventually gets to a point where vanilla is just not fun. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to wonder why we're going into Sario's house. Oh, for money. Right.
All about that money. So this is the one downside for if you are on team, always buy a shield. If you don't end up with a lot of money to start, you might have to farm a little bit. Thankfully, it's pretty cheap just to buy 1 shield and a Deku stick.
1 shield and a stick.
All you need.
ISG Gomel every time. Anyways. Hello, Chaos.
So one thing is a bit surprising on Keymaker's side, opting to skip Deku for now. Looking to likely knowing Key, probably going for the 3-song route. Songs here are still helpful in DDR, notably warp songs if you travel all over the place. And some songs can be required for dungeons, notably if you're planning on doing Shadow Temple, you need Zelda's Lullaby for that.
Right.
We see on Sage's side, the first glitch of the run, Infinite Stick Glitch, or Infinite Sword Glitch, as it's usually called. So what Sage is doing there is crouch stabbing with the stick, and then interrupting that by targeting one of the Deku Babas. And this causes your sword to be considered stabbing every single frame, and so it's really good for farming up things.
Ooh, he making a big brain play, getting a hook shot in market. Let's go. Also, our first known hint is that 1500 is dead, so that is fun.
Pretty good. Lens from Frogs 2.
Stage about to... Alright, Forest Temple might be something. 40 is
Yeah,
dead.
maybe. So we got an opportunity hint for Forest Temple. This is something you're not familiar with. DDR uses what are called opportunity hints. Rather than being something that is logically required, which is what Way of the Hero is saying, if you remove that item, the game can no longer logically be completed. Opportunity hints are just a preset list of items, and all it's doing is telling you one of those is in there. One copy of one of those.
Looks like Key is going in Zol to 1, take advantage of the hook shot, and 2, figure out what we need to win. Like, we only need 5 dungeons, obviously, but only 4 for the boss key. Because we already have a medallion. I believe that's how that works. Yeah.
Deku medallion.
The Deku was one of them. Nice.
And then Forest, Water, Shadow, and Spirit. That's actually a pretty good mix. Shadow, you'll need a fire source to walk in, or you could do Child Shadow if you're crazy.
I would love to see Child Shadow again. The first time I saw that was incredibly interesting.
Child Shadow
let's see.
Super cool, but incredibly difficult. So we hope to see it. But
no, that is like the biggest plays ever, seeing Child Shadow and then being defeated by boss key not being in a child accessible location. Which is, I think, literally only one location, but it's still a location.
One location in the game, which is
the pot.
Kind of annoying for Shadow.
Literally the pot. And that's just because you can't get up to that one or those 2. How did that not hit you, Sage? Those 2 silver rupees. Sorry. My brain is all frazzled.
Technically, you can get that as Child. It's just not useful because in order to get it, you need to Inspire. And if you have to Inspire, just go in there as an adult. So.
Exactly. Why use a stick if you already have fire?
The only time someone might possibly do that is if you find the Inspire in Shadow Temple, which I think is actually impossible with these settings. So.
Let's see if Man on Roof is paying us a visit. Nope. Nothing worth it.
It's paying us, so there's that, but...
Second hint, or another hint. Market, Way of the Hero. Could it be the hook shot?
Yeah, that's,
And a slingshot in Kakariko. Nice.
The chances are quite good that hook shot is going to be our Way of the Hero.
Now, we don't necessarily care about logic. However, Keymaker has the one logical thing we need for Deku Tree.
Yeah, and that's successful basically right away, so...
Exactly. And that is Storage Stone. It's our
logically required for everything, of course, with Paperweight.
No, it's just Ice Arrows for Bongo. The one logically required thing we need. That's it. Everything else can just come and go.
You forgot Nehru's Love, of course.
And Nehru's Love, yes, of course. Kakariko seems to be pretty dead, minus, obviously the slingshot, although the slingshot only opens one thing, 2 if you do Child Spirit. And that's long shot in 7.5 minutes in the seed.
That is insane. That also logically doesn't require the other hook shot. So that means that by logic you're going to need long shot in the seed.
Exactly.
Which is interesting. We know Water Temple, obviously by logic you're going to need that. But that means you also need long shot for something else in this game. Or in this particular seed. What's that going to be? Your guess is good as ours at this point.
If I had to guess, I'd just say Gerudo Valley. Or either Valley or Fortress.
To get across the bridge to get to Spirit Temple?
Yeah, Pona! Ooh. Why am I yawning? Stop it. Pona's it's probably locked behind time or something. Or Ocarina of Time.
And Raccoon
that is another...
definitely something they're going to want to keep in mind. But for now, we don't know what that means quite yet.
We will. There could definitely also be another way of the hero item in market. However,
Yeah.
I mean, if we find another thing, I mean, because it's possible that the hookshot wasn't even it. It most likely is. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's entirely
There is a
possible that
possibility.
there's like a second strength that's required there, and that's what it's actually for. It's entirely possible at this point. We only know like one thing so far in there, so.
The first ice trap.
The best part. I was very confused for a second because on Keymaker's side, the swings were timed exactly with the rolls on Sage's side, so it looked exactly like adult Link was making some like childish squeal swinging the sword. Good news for Sage is looking like heading towards the market, so likely going to get that hook shot.
Yeah, Key just got it faster. That's all it is. That's all we're at right now. Looks like, again, Kakariko wasn't really helpful. Dampe wasn't helpful. We're probably going to go see what's on top of the Dango now. Or we're going to go buy a shield. Looks like we're on team buy shield. Alright. I can imagine this is precisely for a couple things, whether you want to do, well, it's always nice to have. However, it does help you do a couple, they're glitchless, but tricks in, domain. Or not domain, river.
Can also be for combat. Power crouch up's really nice.
Our crouch tab is always nice. What is that? Is that a strength? That's a
I
strength.
did not see that.
That
It
looked like a pair of
normal.
gloves.
That could be strength too. Then that's definitely something like you might as well pick up if you're here, especially without bombs yet.
That's what Key sees.
You'll have confirmation very shortly if that's the case. Yep, you are indeed correct. That is strength.
Oh boy.
He opting to head into DC. Following logically those strengths.
I mean, that would be the smart play here, probably. Alright, Sage about to get the... you wanna say this, Dobby?
Sure. So yes, so the rules for DDR, it's a glitch rule set, so it does allow glitches. It bans some of the most powerful glitches, so there's a list right at the start of the wiki, but the most important ones, you can't do item manipulation, you can't do wrong warping, and you can't do bomb hovering. There are a couple other ones, as you'll see, but those are the major three that are banned here. In addition, you have to enter dungeons more or less the intended way, as well as you need to open boss doors by standing in front of the door and pressing A. As a child, this doesn't require anything else other than in case of Jabu, the door just being unlocked. As adult, this requires the boss key. So we'll likely see a lot of the runners doing a lot of glitches. But one thing to note as well, none of these glitches you see are actually required. This uses glitchless logic, and so basically, if you want to you go through a seed and do 0 glitches whatsoever, that's perfectly valid and is perfectly allowed within logic. If you want to do all the glitches in the world, that's totally fine too. He's struggling a little bit. There you go. Getting precise movement can be really annoying when you want to line something up like that. But a good job readjusting at the end.
Yeah. Wasn't actually sure if Key was going to get it there or not. Because if you don't time it right, the bomb doesn't Respawn in time. So this is different to all dungeons, strictly because you only need one stone to actually access Ganon's castle, and then you only need 5 medallions
to get the Ganon's boss key.
To get the key.
Yeah.
So technically, in this case, I mean it's always 5 dungeons regardless, but in this case, our choices now: Jabu, Fire, or Dodongo. Well, Dodongo would be the easiest, so Dodongo will be the way to open the bridge. And then after that, we can do... we just kind of make a choice. We can choose to ignore one, or the logic of the items we have will tell us, hey, we're going to get this instead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more choice making. There could be different paths to win the game, instead of just simply, I need to do all the dungeons.
It's definitely something nice that we tend to like about these settings. You'll always end up with kind of a choice, and frequently that will just end up being dependent on what you find. So in this case, for Spirit Temple, you need to find a Mirror Shield, whereas for Shadow Temple, you need a Fire Source.
I swear that Spike Trap sneaks up on you every single time.
So it depends. If you end up finding a Mirror Shield, you're more likely to do Spirit Temple, whereas if you end up finding the Din's Fire, you're more likely to head up to Shadow. So it's a lot of flexibility on that front.
I feel like having long shot this early, we're more likely to find Mirror Shield than we are to find Din's Fire.
And yes, Fire entry is allowed in this rule set. So there's actually 3 ways in order to access Shadow Temple. You can obviously use Din's Fire. You can use Fire entry, and you can also use QPA as Child. That's a trick that lets you kind of get a Fire Source, but it only works as Child. And opening up as Child does not open it up as Adult. So you have to do the entirety of Shadow Temple as a Child. So it can be quite intense to do. We've seen it exactly once on Restream. And it's super intense, but super cool.
I think it was the last time I commentated. We saw it. It was really, really fun to watch because it was chaotic as hell.
It's definitely an interesting one. I think that was the last DDR Restream, I believe. So
it was the very last one. Yep.
Yeah, so it is on YouTube if you wanna check it out. It is.
There was also Child Shadow in that one.
Yep, that was Child Shadow. Oh, Keymaker, just missing blowing up Link of the Gorons, with strength. This is super annoying to do, so I really don't blame him. Oh, just a little early.
Yeah, no, I would take Bomb Chooser Bow before ever trying it with strength. Although we do need to do it with strength, so.
Yeah, this point doesn't have another thing that can trigger these bomb flowers, so.
The problem is if he turns away, he's immune. He's immune to the explosion. Either way, Sage is about to get long shot. Probably questioning a couple things.
Might be a bit early. We'll see. Ooh, I think he got it. No! Link of the Gorons is the worst, guys.
Link
a setup for this.
I wish.
There is a setup for this that's apparently consistent. I don't know it myself, but it involves if you go into certain loading zones, it resets the timer, or it resets its position, so you can kind of set up with that. But
oh, there you go, you did it.
So yes, it does allow a lot of major glitches. It does ban some of the super duper powerful glitches. So if you want a full list, you can check out the list. I think it's at the top of this one.
Ooh, we always win.
It doesn't allow item manipulation. It doesn't allow run warp. It doesn't allow bomb hovering. And there are other things like the quick swap and action swap, stuff like that. But it does allow a ton of really cool glitches that you get to see. So we will likely see a bunch of those.
Well, the first obvious thing we're going to do here is probably just immediately go and check Bolero.
Especially with that long shot.
Oh yeah. And it lets you be a child. Awesome. That is a heart piece.
Ooh. Nice dodge there from Sage.
Wonder if Keys is planning on going to Forest Temple, or if you're just... Oh, that's right. Okay, so sorry, son.
If you are looking to try out the category, we do always encourage new people. And if you are looking to alert, you can go over to the... I think this is the one? I think it's Discord. It is! Perfect. So you can check out the OoTR Discord in the DDR. There's a DDR section, and the DDR discussion channel will be a perfect place if you're looking to chat with people, learn tricks, figure out how to get everything set up for settings and whatnot. If you do want to try out specifically these settings, you can go to the online generator, check out the dev build, and you can use the DDR preset there, and it'll have you all the settings you see here.
So, to get Song of Time, if it's ever needed, which it probably won't be, you need to finish Spirit Temple.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't, Spirit Temple doesn't have that many uses for Song of Time, but it is kind of a gross one to have to complete for it, logically.
Yeah, I don't know many ways to complete Spirit Temple without logic, so...
Spirit Temple logic is a mystery. There are people who understand it. Not one of those people. I think Dotso actually made a list at one point of the logical requirements for each check in there, and it's like a paragraph and a half. Ooh, nice clip there from Sage.
Best clip for a Deku Nut, hell yeah. Looks like, are we gonna go talk to Richard since it's nighttime, or what's our plan here?
Talk to Richard. Alright, do you have some magic dog talking that you haven't shared with the rest of us? Because I want to know.
Yes, I always say, come on Richard, we got shit to do. And then we go. And we go do stuff. See, that's why he follows me. Because I tell him we gotta go.
I've just been bribing him with treats this whole time. I didn't know I could just ask.
Well, I mean, I'm the dog whisperer, not you. But yeah.
That makes sense.
Although, he was not a good boy. He had nothing. Unfortunate.
I mean, to be fair, $5 is a pretty reasonable reward for returning someone's dog that's literally just a little bit to the left.
I mean, have you chased after any dogs recently?
Unfortunately, no. Like to.
It's, not as easy as you would think, I promise.
Ooh, we got a hero's path there for GT. There's the other hero's path for GTG.
Yep. So it looks like Keymaker actually is going to go for Zelda's Lullaby. I think Sage just got the egg and left. Definitely not as bad as herding cat. I don't even know how to herd cats. I'm not herding cats here. Okay, so we have two opportunities now. We got Forest and GTG.
I'm pretty sure if there was a check in this game that was required you to herd cats, it would be just literally impossible.
If my cat does anything, I just have to throw him.
Sounds so bad. Just throw a cat, it's fine.
Cats are indestructible, man. No, I don't actually hurt them, but you know, just a full disclaimer here: I don't hurt my animal. He's right there sleeping on the chair like a good boy, but I do throw him. No, I get the joke. I have two of them. And a dog. We live in a zoo, okay? It's fine.
Man. And I would say I'm jealous, but I'm allergic to cats, so I'm not.
You know what's hilarious?
I like my sinuses.
He literally lives with me and is allergic to cats and just doesn't care.
Oof, that's bold. A bolero, that's like okay. I mean, we had access to bolero, so that's Sure, I guess.
I mean, we do need fire for a stone. So if we find...
I doubt they're
Where
going to
do
be
you find
doing
hammer?
fire. Because they're probably just going to be opting for Dodongo.
Yeah, DC. That's
stone.
okay. Yeah. Forgot that. Kokiri Emerald is DC. So we just need bombs. Or choose.
It's surprising. Usually you find a bunch to choose.
The seed doesn't want us to just be done already. So
I
like,
gave
hey,
us a long shot, so couldn't make it too easy.
Hilariously enough, Longshot doesn't really unlock anything.
Yeah,
It's just Hookshot with a bonus.
it's logically that we now have access to GTG.
Personally,
We
when I
do
do
have
like,
a path for it.
if I remember correctly, DDR is a dance mat and a more freeform way of playing shooter, right? I mean, if you want to play DDR with a dance mat, you go right ahead.
And please
But if
do.
you mean like the Dance Dance Revolution mat, that is something completely different and has completely different outcomes.
So please
DDR
try it and let us
involves
know how it goes. We really want someone to try it. Well, you are correct that in terms of a more freeform way of playing Zooter, it is a more a glitch category. So it's designed to be between standard and no arm work. So that is correct that it is more freeform in a sense.
I'm embracing the meme, PJ, don't worry. I'm embracing the meme wholeheartedly. I know what you're saying. I thought of this the first time I tried commentating, and I was like, wait, because I didn't really know what I was commentating at the time. It was like DDR, I'm like, huh. Alright, time to watch some dance moves. Little did I know that I'm gonna kick my dog on accident. Come here, puppy. Come here.
Don't kick dogs. We like dogs.
He hides under my desk. Like he monitors my every movement. Alright, so we're all kind of just copying each other, minus getting Zelda's Lullaby.
So nice.
Keymaker is kind of ahead, minus not doing anything in Deku Tree yet.
Yeah.
But that's probably happening now.
And we'll see. It depends how stubborn Keymaker is. Keymaker does sometimes like to put off Deku Tree. Is it for memes? Is it a strategy? Why not both?
I mean, my personal experience, especially lately since I've been playing Open Forest Seeds again, rushing Deku is the most boring thing to ever do because it's always the same. But, ooh, bottom of the well is foolish. Okay, nice.
Interesting.
It's always nice to get a well hint, whether it's good or bad.
Ooh. And Key actually got that Lost Woods is foolish, which is an interesting thing to have right here.
Right before not checking anything in Lost Woods. That was pretty bold and it paid off.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah. Keymaker's now gonna go do Deku. So let's go see what Sage is doing. Still needs to go get Prelude. Like, we might... We have strength too. That is true. We should check out everything in Goron City.
Time for Link to get a workout. Do you
Time to
lift, Rob?
yeet. I kind of wish they didn't get rid of the cutscene for Strength 3, because I love watching him yeet the rock. Like, literal leagues away from him.
Though it always confused me because you'd think if you're able to yeet a rock that big, you should be able to just real casually move these tiny rocks. But no, it's the same.
No, it's the gauntlets that imbue the strength.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is that if you have gold gauntlets and you're lifting up those rocks, it's not any faster.
That's 3 GTG hints, and magic.
Magic. And yeah, I think that might be 3, which means there could be 2 things in GTG, and would definitely explain that long shot being with long shot's way of a hero. That could be your logical access there for the Mogus board.
The only thing we have in that's Wath is Market, which
Yeah.
was the hook shot. So I guess technically, if the hook shot and long shot are sphere 0, then one of them has to be hinted.
Yeah, well, no, if they're both sphere 0 and you only need one, then you'd end up with neither of them being hinted. And so, in this case, it means that they are, if it's hookshot, it means they are both required.
See, like, gauntlet customization sounds good in Ocarina of Time in theory, but it would get boring really fast because unless you're playing like this, where it's different every time, it just wouldn't make any difference.
To be fair, you do have some semblance of gauntlet customization in vanilla. You can pick between no gauntlets, so like Goron bracelet, which both look the same as adult, silver, gold. Then you can also have it's black, green, blue, or bronze. Those are your choices in vanilla.
Really? Where?
It's if you RBA, you can use RBA to get glitched values, and those give you.
Oh,
give you
yeah,
color
that's
gauntlets.
glitched. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, and I agree with PJ where that is the worst.
Ooh,
Fire arrows, fire
on
source.
Ooh, do you start going for that? That's there are choices there for you.
Why would you not go for that?
I know a lot of our players hate skull routing. I say a lot of our players because I am one of them. I hate skull routing. I'm terrible at it. But Sage, thankfully, has been picking up some skulls. Sage tends to be pretty good at that.
Yeah,
So-
I need to start doing that. I just had... I'm not going to say which one, because I don't know if you do any league races, but I did one of the asyncs, and I didn't see the 50 hint until 2 hours in, and I had 10 skulls at the time.
That's a big oof.
I was depressed. I was depressed.
Sage is actually going into forest. Interesting.
That's actually a pretty smart play. Having hookshot and strength, might as well just get in there. We'll probably find a key or two.
But there's also a path of opportunity hint here. Typically, players will save it until they have a bottle, but it still is opting maybe to go in there or just grab that one check.
Considering how ambiguous the item image is for them right now, I would say that any opportunity hints is better than nothing. And then we look at those items and go, should we do that?
At this point, my personal preference would be to go to GTG, though there's a lot that's locked out for you right now. Without explosives and without bow, it's definitely a huge risk if you go there. If you have 2 hints pointing you there,
you can make it all the way to silver blocks and then you're trapped.
You're trapped. And so, it's definitely a huge risk. There's a lot you'd be leaving behind. But if there's 2 of them, what are your chances that one of them is a bow or one of them is bombs? Sage looked like deciding too.
Yeah, Sage is thinking. Probably going to turn in that 10 skull hint. I already read that hint, but it's still super funny. Watching everyone just avoid Lost Woods like the plague, and then getting the hint that goes, yeah, that pays off.
On Sage's side, we actually see him going for a clip here. We don't have the scale here to go down there normally. So instead, just clip into that block and you can just access it.
I've seen that trick a few times. Here's a glitchless trick by a keymaker finishing Deku Tree. Kakariko's Way of the Hero. Okay, so we have confirmed Way of the Hero long shot.
Yeah, those are probably both pointing to long shot, but Kak has a bunch of items, so it could easily be something else.
Kak has
Very likely
slingshot and long
close.
shot. Slingshot can't be anything.
Well, slingshot is logically required for Goma, so we didn't find.
Well, River doesn't seem like the play here. River looks beyond dead, actually.
Yeah, this seems pretty gross.
Figuron is also dead, which is nice, so...
Always good to have that confirmed.
We can take that eyeball frog and throw it out the window. We didn't find it yet, but we will.
So apparently, Dark enjoys yeeting cats and yeeting frogs. What else would be added to this list of yeeting animals?
I just like eating animals, okay? I would eat my dog if it didn't. If I knew it wouldn't hurt him, but I'm not gonna do it ever because I know it would actually hurt him because he's a freaking lump. They're right, you mutt. Come with you. Come here. Tired.
The Sage, I don't know if just going for this... Well, I guess just going for here, because we don't have Explosives or Strength 3 to check the other one, so... This also sets time of day, which I don't know if is intended or not. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't know for that specific.
We'll see where they end up going. At this point, this seed is really screaming for you to either do Forest Temple or to do GTG. And so we'll see. Do players want to save Forest to have the bottle, or do they want to save GTG to have more items?
Looks like Sage is rushing 10-20 since the only hint I think the only hint we got is 40.
Oh, by Forest you mean Forest Temple or like Kokiri Forest? They've all done Kokiri Forest. And so, but Forest Temple, Sage just went in and did that first check, which is the only one you can do without activating that cutscene.
Oh, that's right. 30 has fire arrows. That's what he's going for. Because you can you can't hover, but there's a trick to getting up to Nocturne.
Yeah, you can do a hookshot jump.
Yep.
Or I guess in this case, long shot jump. And yeah, with how far out of the way Sage is going for skulls, it's not too far out of the way, mind you, but still going out of the way. Definitely going for those fire arrows. See where Keymaker is going right now. Looks like going to check out maybe some lake checks, or open grotto maybe. Hasn't done that yet.
Probably open grotto. Sphere 0, possibly an item.
And getting a foolish hint for well, which we know, but he didn't, so that's good to have.
And a Goron tunic. I thought that matters. Since the Dangos is going to be finished long before. Yeah, but how would they get there? They need a bow or Song of Time.
Well, you don't. You can fairly easily click past that Song of Time block.
Well, yes, you can. I'm just saying, like with logic, like
yeah,
clicking. But yeah,
logically, I think you would require. They have one key, and so. I think if they have another key in the back on the south post, you technically could go through the left and keep going that way. Yeah.
With long shot, you can go on either side and end up on both.
Yeah.
Even with hook shot, because there's a glitchless trick with that too, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in Valley.
Valley. You doing a child GTG key, or are you just going for the checks? Just going for the checks, okay.
Probably just going for the checks.
It would be an interesting play to go for child GTG. You do have, at this point, you can do more as child than as adult.
Uh-huh. The slate shot counts as a bow in this case.
Sort of. It counts for some of the eye switches, but for some reason it doesn't count for the statues. Like the eye statue, you have to shoot 4 times.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That doesn't work for Slingshot for some reason. Because who needs consistency? You can do the first eye switch with the Slingshot, but not that statue.
I mean, let's be fair, the game was never coded to do that with Slingshot.
No. It was coated with Swiss cheese. So, you know, sometimes you just hope that one of those holes in the Swiss cheese is what you need. This isn't one of them, unfortunately. Yeah. My favorite sound effect in the whole game.
I am glad they removed that full cutscene, though. I can watch him run while still moving. Upright, 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 upright. It always entertains me to watch whatever sequence people like to choose for Scarecrow sound.
Though to note, it is actually, apparently I found out, it's optimal to do 2 notes instead of just 1, because there's actually an input delay if you select the same note multiple times, whereas that's not the case if you just select 2 different notes.
Yep. Well, you can do repetition. I normally do... my sequence is down AA, or down and just a bunch of A's, but sometimes I'll trade it out.
Thank you for the raid, Scorpio's final game, and welcome to all the raiders. If I remember what my personal sequence is for Scarecrow, I think it involves, like, C right. I don't remember.
I'm currently reading hints on the... I know I said I wouldn't talk about the weekly, but I'm going to talk about the weekly while reading these hints. Hold on a minute.
Oh, man. Stage getting a little unlucky with those placements. One thing to note if you don't know about it, is if you've already picked up a chicken, it will have the targeting. Whereas if you haven't picked it up yet, it won't have that targeting icon. So that's an easy way to see if you've already checked the chicken or not. Just look. You only need to pick up ones that don't have that targeting icon on them. We always like people watching and learning. It's a great opportunity to, if you want to check out some cool tricks, learn a few things that if you want to implement in your own runs. You can also, if you are looking to learn, you can ask around in either the DDR discussion channel or the DDR S1 discussion channel in the OoTR Discord. So you can ask people there, and people are always super happy and willing to help people out, learning either how to do the settings or if you want to do particular tricks. So
yeah, I've been watching a bunch of little things to try to help increase my knowledge. This is the few times I do DDR, I'm kind of like, okay, logic will probably win me the seed, but screw that. I don't play to win, I play to learn.
Yeah. So the most important thing is having fun. Also, to note, because we're commenting on keys of the seemingly vanilla customization options, or cosmetics, that's what I was looking for. Very bright pink gauntlets. Do like those.
Beats the vanilla Kokiri tunic. Can't wait to see the mirror shield colors if they end up finding it. We probably won't use it, but if they find it, I mean. Black tunics are so lame though, because it's just black. There's really nothing about it. Like, the color black is nice on Link, I'm not gonna lie, but there's like no... what's the word I'm trying to say? There's no contrast, like, every color goes good with it, so like, it wouldn't matter. It's nice to see like contrasting colors you weren't even expecting by just randomizing it. That's my personal opinion. You could take it with a grain of salt if you wish. Let's try to direct our attention away from Key, who's about to find absolutely nothing.
I mean, to be fair, black is usually my default color scheme in real life for exactly that reason. Matches everything.
Well, that's just it. Black goes with everything. Like, you don't have to worry about the color wheel or anything when it comes to matching or contrasting the colors. You're just kind of like, it's black. I could wear literally anything with it. And it'll look good.
We'll see where Sage ends up going from here. Still don't have a ton of stuff, so We'll see what direction you end up going. Whoop, could be going for that.
This looks like another. This looks like another dungeon dip seed.
Could be a dungeon dip. Could be going to GTG. We do have those hints for GTG. So
true. We found 3 of them.
So there's a lot of potential there. And at this point, part of the difficulty with the opportunity hints is they don't care about logic and they don't care about duplicates. So it can be a bow-locked bow in GTG. There's nothing stopping it from being that. It could be the one that's like you need to shoot the statues, and that can be the thing it's hunting you for. So it's
PJ, I know that.
But we'll see.
PJ, I know there's a hint saying go to Forest Temple, but watching people go into Forest Temple is just honestly the most boring thing for me. Like, just open Forest Temple, please. I mean, yeah, there's the cutscene, obviously, that you can skip, but just like for standards and stuff, they just need to be the setting to open Forest Temple. I hate running through Forest Temple so much.
It is the nice thing for DDR, and typically part of why you'll see people push it back so far is that you can obviously complete Forest with just a hook shot to get in, and then like strength and maybe a bow. But if you have different items, you can really speed it up in DDR rule set. Notably, if you've got a bottle, you can do the Poe cutscene skip, and if you've got hover boost, you can do a hover. I think it's hover boost is what they call it, but I think names may depend.
Oh, I know
and
what you're
that
talking
can
about. Yeah.
skip tons of stuff too. So there's lots of potential in DDR for speed ups.
So those tricks Sage is doing right now, I think I did accidentally one time.
Oh, there's a bow.
Oh.
That's the game rewarding you for going towards here.
Have to get the hell out. There we go.
That was a good setup for that jump.
Yeah, it was. Now Sage can actually full clear Forest Temple. Which is something I would hold off on, even though it has a potential way the hero. Forest Temple is guaranteed to be a medallion, so you can basically just write it off in your head. You know? Kind of just look for other potential items. So lights need to be found. Ah, yeah.
He opting for adult fishing.
So
And-
light arrow cutscene is actually for 5 medallions. It's not the typical shadow and spirit medallion.
That wouldn't happen is if like you got to the things for a faster dungeon while doing one of the other ones.
I mean, right now, as soon as Sage gets 30 skulls, minus bombs, that's go mode. Or glow mode. Because Water Temple, Forest Temple, and Shadow Temple.
Sure, he already knows where fire arrows are. And so
Exactly,
that
that's
is-
what I mean. That's why I said once they get 30 skulls. I meant glow mode because we don't know where lights are yet.
Oh, we need
Oh,
fire
nice.
arrows. We have ice arrows, the vastly superior arrow, you know?
I mean, if I could beat up Ganondorf with a pair of ice arrows, I would, but I can't, so. GGT can't be Baron. It will have an item, it's just, will we need that item?
Will it be useful? At this point, we do have a bow, and so bowlock bow in here is no longer useful for Sage.
It's actually very possible, too.
Yeah, it's very possible. There are quite a number of checks, like, for instance, these ones. This would actually be an interesting spot for a bow, because you can get in here as Child and check these ones.
Oh, an empty bottle. I thought
Yeah, you
that's
might
some
end up seeing
weirdos.
your force dip. Interestingly enough, I'm fairly confident that
you need
that's
the
also
bottle.
not one of the opportunity hints. Bottles aren't on there, and so that's just a freebie for you. To be specific, to the list for the opportunity hints. So we know that there are some combination of these items in here. Hover boots, hookshot, Din's fire, bomb bag, boomerang, bow, Megaton hammer, iron boots, magic meter, mirror shield, fire arrows, and strength. Some of these we
Here
know
we are.
aren't here. Oh, Key's going to water. Interesting.
Yeah, Key's in water with 6.5 hearts.
Oh, it's opting to long shot down there. This makes sense. With long shot, this isn't too bad. Because have long shot and Zelda's lullaby, so it's actually a pretty good play on Key's part.
Let's find that boss key, and you are golden. And I think Key already set up Scarecrow, so we don't have to worry about that either.
Oh, and PJ, looks like you're getting a Forest Wish. Grabbing the bugs, which bugs are more difficult to do this Poe cutscene skin, since they move around, whereas fish just kind of flops. So it's more consistent. Save, Sage, Sage, save. You madman. Save, save. You can kill this and then save. Thank you. You basically only get one shot at this.
I was like holding my breath on that.
There are notable several setups for this, but it is frame perfect for when you have to recapture them. Oh, I think he got it though. It's gonna be close. Yeah, he's good. So I'll see here, he'll just run straight to the elevator. I think he's gonna get to the late cycle here, but it will still work. Oh no, caught the early cycle. Nicely done.
Now, if there is a chance that the boss key is actually in the one chest that it never is.
It's here. This is the god chest. Because then you just leave and don't have to worry about the elevator again. Denied. You know, my key looks like probably still trying to find that boss key and water. With the water down, it's pretty easy to clear through. There is still the possibility that it's in center pillar, which you can do. It's a pretty gross trick. I'm not sure if Key knows it. I know some of the other players do, but it is a pretty annoying trick to do, and it can be fairly precise. So.
Oh, I just hookshot it.
Oh, sorry, center pillar in Water Temple.
So, there's that. Back.
He looked like deciding if he's going to stay here. Is resetting. I don't know if to go to the top or to leave. We'll see. Sage still can't find anything. Oh, just keys. They have gotten unlucky past couple of times. So for the forest elevator, there are a couple things you can do that actually cause that to reset. So right now it's in its up position, and so you're able to go up and down freely. But if you do anything that reloads the forest temple at all, then that gets unset, and you have to go and do all the pose. This includes dying, using FW, save warping, death warping, voiding, so getting, for instance, if you get dropped into a pit, you get crushed, or you get picked up by the wall masters. All of these things will reset the elevator, so you have to be very careful for those. I didn't know if long shot reached here. Nice. So Sage is very much hoping for an early boss key here, because then you can just clear out Phantom Gambit and not Din's Fire. Okay, well, guess you can stop collecting skulls now, Sage. That's. It's also narrowing down our list of items that can be in GTG, because we already know where both hook shots are, so obviously it can't be that. We know where Din's Fire is now. We know where one of the two magics are. We know where two strengths are, and we know fire arrows. So the list of what can be in GTG is getting slimmer and slimmer. Which is quite good. There are still some possibilities
I'm not kidding you again. Go away.
That'll be pretty useless for them. Notably, at this point, hammer's probably not going to be that useful. There's also strength 3 that won't be helpful for them, but a bomb bag right now would be super good.
Bomb bag would be go mode at this point. Also, when did they get Dins? Was that in
Din's
forest?
just found in forest, yeah, in the underwater chest.
So we just need bombs. And
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah, just need bombs for glow mode at least.
Right. But I consider that go mode because it's just talking to Ganon. Being like, hey buddy, where the hell are the light arrows?
Ganondorf is an idiot and is like, you will never find my weakness in the location that I just told you.
Who thought that was a good idea, honestly? I mean, I think it's hilarious, but still. Alright. It is nice, though, seeing Dins. And Iron Boots!
Okay.
Okay, so we're kind of logically doing this seed at the moment.
Yeah, so Iron Boots is also an interesting one. Though it so far has found 2 items that are really good. Keymaker getting those absolutely critical ice arrows.
Yeah, we need those.
It's actually impossible to beat the game without them. Pretty sure.
Now, Keymaker is going to go in without a bow, or without a bow. Hopefully, finding a bow.
Yeah, it is also important to note the only bow we found so far has been out of logic, since that's been hand blocked.
How far does Sage need to go in just to find the stupid boss key?
We'll see. At this point, it's getting we're getting some really interesting things. These are kind of
And
the
it's
worst locations.
vanilla. Go figure.
Is this even randomized? Basically, in this kind of region is the worst possible scenario for the boss key in DDR, since as we mentioned, you can't save warp or death warp to get back to the start, or even FW. You just have to go walk back to
Oh, because of
to
the
the
trick.
boss.
Yeah.
You can. There are some tricks you can do to kind of make it a little bit faster, but there isn't that much you can do, unfortunately.
So Sage is kind of just cutting his losses and finishing this stupid dungeon.
While you're back here anyway, I mean, might as well.
I mean, who knows? You might find hammer. Not that it matters, but good to know that your bow might be in logic at the time.
He is now actually going much further into GTG, so we'll see what the 2 items end up being, because I believe we found 2 opportunity hints for this area. Also,
About
happy
3
1
for
hour.
this
everyone.
area and 2 for forest. That simultaneous item grab, though. I hate how that.
The silver gauntlets to push this, so that's very nice for him.
I hate how the Stalfos in this specific fight, before the platform goes down, is the only Stalfos in the world that just says, screw gravity.
Gravity's overrated. Who needs it?
Crouch dab for the win every time. Scale.
Scale isn't really needed, so sure, I guess.
Good to get the Jabu, or not Jabu, but domain, but who cares? Yeah, so we literally just need shoes or
Mirror
bombs
shield.
now. And mirror shield, okay.
So that gives the ability to do Spirit Temple. So that might end up being go mode or not go mode for Key, because he still needs to find magic. But yeah. Oh, and he still needs to find Bow actually, so Key's got a little bit more to do.
Not much, though. It might be a location that Key won't think about, but not much, honestly.
Yeah. We'll see. The magic that Sage found, he can also go get this. And that's one that people, when they have bombs, pretty frequently remember to go check. So,
Yeah, no one ever thinks to go check that with Strength 2. I mean, I'll do it eventually, but when Logic... Light arrows!
well,
The
guess we
DTG
know
is
it's not
actually hard
completely
required.
worthless.
Yeah, so
Regardless,
light
people are
arrows
going to have to go in here.
Yep.
Key, you don't want to roll. Just walk into it.
Yeah, I just walk into it.
And another bottle.
Boop.
Sage opting. You can do this to avoid having to go to the back section. You just clip. You're good.
And a wallet.
Wallet. So PJ, I'm beginning to think maybe secretly you actually made this seed and stuffed everything in Forest Temple.
Clearly.
What was that?
Oh. Okay. And Sage opting to just go to the boss now. So. What was it? We got silver in here. We got iron boots, Dinspire, silver scale, and a wallet. That's what it was. See here on Sage's side, this cool trick. That particular setup is used in a couple places to do some flips. You get kind of into the corner, then you side hop and then crouch tap twice, and you can jump slash. That works here. It also works in Fire Temple to skip the block right at the start.
I mean, even if you made the seed, you wouldn't know.
Allegedly. So we see Keymaker's going through more checks. There are still some of them that are locked, but I'll need to check what's here, and we're still hoping for him that he finds like a bomb bag would be really good. A scale? Okay. There's that other scale.
So we found both scales, and they're in the 2 opportunity locations.
Yeah, and neither of them can be the opportunity hit. That's not on our list. So, just coincidentally, both opportunity eras have also had scales.
Ah, yes, ISG and PG is always satisfying.
It is definitely the most satisfying use for ISG. Because as we were mentioning, ISG means that your sword is counted as stabbing every single frame, which means you are able to reflect Ganondorf, or Phantom Ganon and Ganondorf's beams every single frame.
You literally can't lose.
I mean, you can, because there are some angles that he actually shoots above your sword, but it's pretty rare.
Alright, let's go do water.
Water or shadow, so. Oh, there's some chews for Key. Those are actually our first explosives that our restreamers have, or the 2 on re.
Is...
We need to see how many.
Well, that's
it is.
actually go mode.
Well, it's not. It's not. We.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Trackers especially, co-commentator, and 100% the runners, because they always make this very interesting. With the weird stuff they show us every single time.
And yeah,
Also, I just realized they're in sync now.
Yeah, they're both the
After everything. Yeah, after everything they just did, they are in sync.
And yeah, Clan, that's definitely a bot command, 100%. Don't worry about it. Don't look at too close at both of us. But yeah. Oh, true. Sage is actually going for the choose. Just actually a really smart play. This is not shuffled, and so you just get to buy the choose with the rupees. That's a really smart play to go for.
That was a really smart play.
Because that's 10 choose or 20 choose or something. I don't remember.
I think it's 10, but it's guaranteed. And that's your ability to complete DC right there.
So Forrest became even more way of the hero because the freaking wallet. And then killing Skull Kid immediately gave the money that he needed.
One interesting thing for Sage, though, he currently, if I remember correctly, has his FW placed in. It's currently placed inside GTG, which we know is the light arrows.
He just used it in GTG.
Oh, if he did replace it, then that might be unfortunate for him. He's gonna have to trek back here. Yeah, at this point for Sage, he might be at this point in glow mode, depending how confident he is with those 10 choose. But with Sage, I'm fairly confident that he'll be able to do everything else he needs with just those 10 choose.
10 choose is more than enough for DC, especially if you already started it, and he has strength, so you only need the choose for the couple things you need bomb bag for. Like I'm sure you could do the flip on Dodongo if you need to, but if you have strength, either way you can do it.
Might as well save the choose.
Exactly. Choose are precious. Oh, going for the fairy. Maybe? Or do you already have the key?
I think it's his first time in here. Oh, just placing FW.
FW. Makes sense. That way you can play the song. Yeah.
Yeah, we might be seeing Key doing Spirit. And Key was warning us, it's been a while since he's done OOT. This is the Wasteland, crossing Wasteland is definitely one of those tricks that Russ sets in pretty fast.
Yeah, no. Crossing Wasteland is never fun.
It's never fun.
Whether you have knowledge and skill or you don't, it's never fun.
If you're even a little bit out of practice, it becomes really annoying to do.
Up his chest.
I'm trying to remember if we saw. I don't think we saw Botsky in Water Temple from Gi yet. So, because Rosie would have just cleared it. So
No, Key never found it.
So we'll see where it ends up being. Sage with Iron Boots has some easier checks they can do. Notably, Center Pillar is very significantly easier with Iron Boots.
Key doing Spirit if he can full clear it, which you can. Well,
not full clear without explosives, but do a lot of it for sure.
he has explosives.
Oh,
They
sure,
both
he
have
has shoes. We don't know how many he has, but he should be, with those shoes, I think even 5 is enough. There's only like a couple of things.
His main blessing from in disguise would most likely be finding magic and spirit.
Yeah.
Finding magic in spirit, and that's hell of an advantage.
Yeah, finding magic and spirit, and then doing like, ooh, actually on Sage's side on the right, this is actually a trick we don't see too often. He right now if I'm interpreting correctly, it looks like he's doing the way to get past the Song of Time block. For this, you need to use a trick called Entrance Point, slightly enough off that when you can respawn, you spawn out of bounds. Or I believe that's where he is, though I'm not 100% certain. Where are you?
I'm pretty sure he's in the first room.
Because I didn't think he was that far in.
He's saving his choose.
Oh, I think he's hiding down there. That's what he's doing.
He saved the choose to get the compass chest. Or not
So
the
he's
compass
not
chest, that chest, the blow up.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Because I was wondering, it's like he got to Darklink really fast if that's what he's doing. Makes sense.
No, you can't get the Dark Link that fast without hovers. Well, unless you clip properly, I guess. But
Well, he has long shot, so it wouldn't be that bad to get to.
The one room, the river room, or the room right before Dark Link, where you have to like keep lifting and lowering the hookshot platforms.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of cutscenes there without hovers, so
Yeah.
yeah. We do feel bad for Key. This is very definitely this Keymaker is a well-experienced bingo player and whatnot, so this is definitely a trick that he knows how to do. But as we were mentioning, he's just off for that angle. So.
and the problem is he's in no location to reset properly, so he has to go all the way back before you even get to middle wasteland. Is this another? Nope. We had a hint for that too, I believe. We did get a hint for that.
Cold shoulder. I don't think that we got a sometimes hint there. I don't think we did. I don't think so.
Oh yeah, no, we got River Chest, which is a key. No, the ice trap hint is bigger on. That's right.
And Sage probably gonna opt to just go around. There is a trick I think you can do. I think it works with choose. I know it definitely works with bombs to kind of like skip having to move that block again. But saving choose is probably worthwhile to do this. It doesn't take that much longer. And this particular check is one that he didn't do, since he didn't have bow when he came here.
Well, it didn't pay off, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Which means Dark Link probably has it.
Can you just give the key to them? If you're holding on to it, can you just give it to the boss key? Okay, thanks.
I mean, I can, but where's the fun in that? Or it could be Central Pillar for sure.
Yeah, it could be Center Pillar, which is also a really gross one without iron, so.
I mean, if it's not Central Pillar, that has to be Dark Link, because we know what River Chest is. And I believe we checked Dragon Chest.
Dragon, I don't think we've checked. Typically, people will actually read that way to the end. Most of the time, you just read that after the River Chest. So we'll see. I don't remember Sage going for it. It's possible he did, though.
Oh, I don't think so, but I don't remember. Because I think the minute he set FW, he went to the bottom, and we've just watched him route since then.
Yeah, we'll see if he ends up keep trying this some more, or if he ends up just keep trying. If you are having trouble there and voiding at that particular point, one thing I recommend is if you do an ESS turn, just a little bit, or I think it's ESS to the, like, you hold down left, is what I do. That causes you to like have better clearance, and then you can just you can go from there, backwalk until you hit the levers, and then you can just go straight to the box and then go to the goal. So it's a little I find, especially if you're like me and have a bad controller.
My controller is actually pretty good. I got one of the Switch Pro controllers. It's a GameCube style controller. It works really well for this.
Yeah, as long as it's got good notches, you're pretty much good to go.
The only thing that started to suck is the A key was sticking at one point, but I think I fixed it. Maybe. I don't know.
A key is kind of a little bit important.
I mean, there's some people that play this with an actual, like, classic N64 controller, but with USB, and I'm like, why would anyone ever do that?
There are people who play on keyboard. I am impressed at these people.
There was someone, I had a friend who played on keyboard, but that was just because he didn't have a controller.
I think it might be actually Exodus. There's a bingo player that's actually known for doing a bunch of stuff on keyboard. And I think it might actually be Exodus, who's also someone who's done a lot of DDR races and is currently qualified in the tournament, so might see them.
Funny you mentioned that, PJ. I actually, when I first started randomizers, my very first randomizer was actually a Majora's Mask randomizer, and I was using an Xbone controller for probably 4 months, maybe longer. I don't know. Hold on, let me take some notes.
Lost their file. Oh, that sucks, BJ. I know what to get to.
So on stream, I can't say anything, PJ, but there are sources. Alright, we're finishing Water Temple now. And I have restless leg syndrome because I need sleep.
Ah, nice zero phase. Right in front of the boss door.
Nice clean fight there for Sage.
Yes, restless leg syndrome indeed blows, but it's all good. It's just because my brain and my body don't get along. My brain neglects sleep and my body goes, look, man. And then here I am doing three randomizers in one sitting and commentating another one before going to bed and having to work today.
Oh man, that's gonna just sound. we definitely extra appreciate help for commentary. That
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy to be here. Like I love talking to everyone, and I love watching all these great plays and everything. I waited until the very last second to even say anything. I actually saw that ping for like an hour, maybe longer, and I'm just like, oh no.
I regret everything.
No, my biggest regret was just doing the weekly today. Again, I was looking at the things in the race room, and I was like, reading the comments and stuff, how no one liked the freaking seed. But it actually wasn't bad. I started off really good in execution. I kept getting distracted because of just certain situations, and I would come back and my brain would just like mix all the seeds I did in the last like 11 hours, and I just couldn't remember anything.
I think it was actually Shira who done that, so hashtag blame Shira.
I was gonna blame her anyways. But I was like, honestly, there wasn't much wrong with the seed. It just, I couldn't execute it properly. I started off with proper execution. Like I had boot percent in an hour in locations I wouldn't even think.
I mean, that's kind
like,
of important. Overrated, though.
Exactly.
I do like this music on Sage's side for Shadow Temple. It's a very manga-esque.
Yeah. Come on, Key, you got this.
We'll see where the boss key ends up being here for Sage, because if it's a fast boss key, this is going to be a really quick seed.
Oh, F in chat for Key again, as his body gets buried into the sand.
It looks like he's debating what to do at this point.
I think Key's reaching a point where he's just... He thinks he made a bad play. So he might be... I don't know. I mean, I know what I do when I'm tilted, so I'm kind of just basing it off of my own... Yep, I thought so. I didn't want to say anything, but I had a bad feeling.
Yeah. That's definitely... we definitely understand after doing something like that, it's very tilting and very easy to get frustrated. So yeah, so Keymaker forfeited. GG to him. Make sure to give him a follow.
Personally, I feel like Key just kind of made... It wasn't bad. He had a good play and he found the light arrow, so he probably thought that was the play instead of Forest Temple. But getting the Spirit Temple out of logic was just too much for him.
Yeah, and as we were mentioning, it's been a while since Key has played, and so you could tell that the rust is kind of set in. So be sure to give him some love there. He put on a very good show. He's a very good sport agreeing to this after spending some time not playing. So GG's. On Sage's side, we actually see him doing a trick here. He's doing a Mega Flip, which is actually the first time we've seen this trick because they don't have explosives.
I was gonna say that's why he saved his choose. It makes perfect sense. He has to do so many Mega Flips just to. Actually, not that many. He only has like one or two to finish.
Yeah, you only need two for the entirety of Shadow Temple, and that's if you full clear.
Did our restreamer ask if Keymaker wanted to talk to us? Let me read the chat.
I don't know if cap lock. There you go. Yeah. but yeah, we'll see. We'll currently asking if he's figuring that out. So we'll see if he's down. But yes, as we were mentioning, just finding explosives. It's definitely first time that we've seen a Mega Flip. That's where you roll into an explosive and you use the extra like pushback you get from that to send you super far back. In this particular case, it's skipping the hover boots. It can also be used in a couple other places that we might see. The particular version he did there was also it's more precise, but it also skips having to do the curve spinner at all. Here.
Sorry about my silence for a moment. I was reading. I went to go give Keymaker a follow, and I was looking at his previous streams, and I was really intrigued. I was just like entranced in what I was reading the description, and I was just like, wow. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, we just gotta finish Shadow, and as long as we got enough choose, we only need like 2.
Yeah, we only need two choose. Yeah, especially because they had choose a bow to get to drop the quote unquote bridge at the end. There's that boss key. That's good.
That's enough. Now we can just skip right
That's
to the door.
Are you full clear? What are you looking for, Sage? Maybe I might be hoping for light arrows, and this one check isn't that bad.
You need a small key still.
Oh, true. That's probably what he's looking for.
You need a small key to get through the door.
Usually you
'Cause
just
I
hope
do
to
not-
find it in the back, but might as well check for it here too.
I don't think there is a way through that door with any tricks. There's a way through the boss door, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, there are no DDR legal ways that would get you to skip that key requirement. No I am wrong warp you can, but not in DDR.
How did he get here so fast?
He did gate flip, so we actually saw my preferred version for that. There are about 100 different setups to gate flip there, with varying degrees of what you're looking to do. Are you looking to see up? Are you looking to are you looking to do some weird setups? So.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, by sharp, Keymaker did forfeit. Was struggling with the trick. It's been a long time since he's done OOT stuff, and so was kind of, you could see the rust kind of setting in, and looks like he's getting frustrated. So opted to forfeit, which is fair. We don't want the whole goal of this is to have fun, so we don't like people getting super frustrated, unfortunately, but it does happen. Meanwhile, Sage is going to be checking the last, the back section here, still hoping for that key. With FW is going to be super fast, though, because once finds key, you can just come back immediately.
So what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to seem rude about Keymaker, is it looked like what he was doing is he already gave up. That's why he just started being really stubborn with Wasteland. Probably felt like he made the wrong play, and he just wanted to wait it out, and then after dying too much he was just like, there's no point. I didn't want to say that because it sounded super negative in my head, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say that, that just seems mean. And then as I was thinking this, he forfeit.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It is always unfortunate, but it's definitely possible.
Well executed water, though. Too bad he couldn't find the key.
Yeah, I got unlucky with key placement. Pair of those go gauntlets. Let's see, small key? Nope.
Oh no.
He does have FW, so if he does need to go back to the start, the only real downside is needing to use another chew. But we'll have plenty, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, I just realized we still need to do DC after this.
I'm saying we only need 2 chews for DC, so we got plenty of chews.
Yeah, we'll need bare minimum 1 chew here, and then 2 chews in DC, unless we find bombs, of course. Fine.
But we don't need to check anything in DC, so we literally need 3 chews in DC. We gotta open the wall or the floor. Sorry.
Oh, true. There's that third one, because that is true. You do need a chew for that. You can do it with hammer. They don't have a hammer.
Wait, you can open that with hammer?
It's super precise, but you can actually hammer the ground.
I was gonna say I have never been able to do that.
I don't know why it's super precise to do, but it is actually possible to break that floor with a hammer.
Oh, saving the okay.
Also opting to ride the boat again. So now you have a key. Where are you going? Is he going through Shadow Temple hoping to find light arrows?
Possible? Yeah. No, I think... Doesn't he have to re-retrieve the boss key now?
Well, maybe. He might have deleted his boss key. That might be his plan, is to just find an extra key.
Yeah, probably just looking for another key.
He didn't use the key though, oh, he did. He actually did have to do that. See, since he used his key to go backwards and didn't find another one, he was actually locked there. That was really smart on Sage's play, because I think if he didn't reset there, he actually would have been locked.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He used the key to go backwards, and so didn't have the key to go forwards that he would need.
Right. So he's just going forward looking for two. So he's looking for 2 keys then, which he'll find right here. Almost definitely.
Like, the chances are incredibly high. I think it's actually guaranteed somewhere in here to find more than 1 key, because I don't think there are that many checks left. And there are a lot of shadow keys, surprisingly. There's one. Now just hoping that like any of the 3 checks like that are in Dorito's room are a key. Just needs like 1 more key and he'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, every time that terrifies me, that jump. Every time.
I can't do it without hovers. I refuse. Yeah, screw those silver rupees.
Love that trick. It's so ridiculous. It saves basically no time, but it's so funny that you just roll through that door.
Mm-hmm. And that is... Now we can just clip and ride the boat again.
At this point, he's almost certainly opting at least for these ones, just because, like, I mean, you might as well. If they're light arrows, you saved yourself a huge amount of backtrack.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. Although he might also think that light arrows are in DC.
Okay. It's definitely at least worthwhile to go and check those ones. While you're already there and you're not completely in go mode, it takes like an extra 30 seconds. And if
So
it
I
doesn't,
learned
then you
this
go back.
trick, and it's one of my favorite tricks ever, except he's not doing it the same way.
Yeah, this is my preferred method. You side hop 3 times from the door, then you make sure while it's targeting, you swing your sword and then interrupt with the shield. Do that again, where you swing, interrupt, and then swing without interrupting. Then you can just jump slash through it. So it's super simple.
So there's a sequence to guarantee you clip every single time, and that's what I learned. It gives you like the precise angle. I also learned how to do that in Water Temple.
Yeah.
With the boss key without hover boots. I learned a lot of tricks in the last 11 hours of my life.
So Edward,
Keymaker, yeah.
Yeah, so Keymaker forfeited. He was kind of struggling with the trick. It's been several weeks since Keymaker has done much OOT. So you could definitely tell was feeling a little rusty and was getting frustrated. So opted to
that was
forfeit.
unintentional. See, that looked so much more efficient. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's why he voided. He forgot to grab the boss key.
Oh, that would do it. The boss key is kind of important.
I saw him ride the boat, and I'm like, wait, why did you get off? And now I remember. A good thing you remembered, though. That would have been very... Nah, not too bad. Theories, I guess. Theories, I guess.
We'll see. It looks like it's gonna be off to now complete Shadow Temple, then go beat DC. While we're riding this boat again, it's probably a good time to mention, in case people are joining us recently. So right now you're watching the DDR qualifier race. So this is the 6th qualifier race out of 8. DDR is a glitched rule set that's designed to be between Noir and Marmorp and Standard. It bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing a more of a quality of life stuff. The main requirements for it is that you need to open boss doors using by staying in front of them, pressing A. Why Sage here need to find that boss key. And you also have to enter boss dungeons more or less the intended way.
Right.
If you are looking to try out the DDR rule set, which we always encourage, and you can go and check out the DDR discussion channel in the or the DDR S1 discussion channels in the OoTR Discord, which we link right here. And if I could actually use one exclamation point and then spell things correctly. Also to note, this is a race with more than these two players. I think. Does this work? There you go. So you can see. I think there's altogether. I think there's 7 players.
Oh, there's a race time GG link. Oh shit! I was typing because he said he doesn't know English, so he translates when we type. I was trying to answer what he was saying.
Yeah.
But that link should sum it all up.
Yeah. And so we'll see here the second of the required mega flips. This room is the only other one that has jumps you can't complete without either hover boots or a mega flip. There's only 2 in the entire dungeon, surprisingly. If you are looking to learn mega flips, and you are on a console that pause buffer is consistent, as we see here on Sage's side, chews tend to be a good option, since there are 2 really easy visual cues you can use for when you use roll, and there's a visual cue for when you need to backflip. And so if you're able to pause buffer it's consistently, you're able to kind of get a good indication of when you have to do the actions. If you can't pause on a console, then pause buffering is really difficult, so notably if you're on an emulator. It's actually easier, you have more frames to do it with bombs, and so it's probably easier if you're looking to do unbuffered, to do bomb mega flips versus chews.
That is my preferred method to murder Bongo Bongo. Not gonna lie.
ISG is also super satisfying for Bongo.
ISG is just satisfying. Like, there's no denying it.
This is accurate.
Alright, now we just gotta go do DC, and Sage can go find out where the light arrows are. Be very disappointed.
Yeah,
And
kind
go
of
from
annoyed
there.
having to go back. It's also going to be a little annoying for him because he's going to be clearing through Dodongo's cavern. It's probably going to be checking some extra things than he's actually going to end up needing to, just because he still needs those light arrows. Now, one really interesting play is if you go, since you're going to need to do Ganon's Castle anyway, you go do Ganon's Castle now, and check where the light arrows are before you do DC.
You could do that. Wait, no, because you don't have the... Oh, you do have the key.
Oh, they
So
don't have the stone yet, so they can't actually get it.
I was gonna say you don't have the bridge, right?
I was like, you got the
Unfortunately-
medallions, you're good. No, you don't have the stone you need, so...
Right.
Never mind, then. So yeah, so if you're checking for the settings, that has a subset of them. The main ones you can see there is that you need one stone to activate the Rainbow Bridge, and then 5 medallions to get Ganon's boss key from the light arrow cutscene. It also uses the DDR hint distro, which has 2 Wave the Hero hints, 3 opportunity hints, 3 foolish hints, 5 sometimes, and 7 always, I believe. And yes, Keymaker did forfeit. Was struggling with a trick, and so after not playing for a while, he was rusty at that, and so was getting frustrated, so opted to forfeit. I like the trail on those shoes.
Sorry, I was reading something. Yeah, he did. Oh, wait, what was the trail of the shoes? I wasn't even looking.
It was like yellow exterior and red interior, I think, or flip that.
So for the chat, it is in GTG, in a very accessible location, even without a bow.
Yeah, it was in the
It was in the maze,
flame.
wasn't it?
I thought the light arrows were in like the flame
Oh, no, it's in
surrounded.
the firepiece room, the hammer room. Yeah,
Yeah, the hammer room.
but not hammer locked.
Yeah, like the hammer room. Like, wait, you need hammer in that room? It's been so long since I've actually used hammer there. I forget you're supposed to use hammer.
Well, you need hammer to get through the fire, but you can kill the enemies with anything.
You're
Logically.
supposed to use.
That's why I said
Need
logically.
is a strong word.
Like, the game wants you to hit the hammer, shoot the eye with a bow.
Oh, yeah, there's the eye switch too.
Well, no, the eye switch is to get out. Or go back the way you came. You gotta hit the hammer and then step on a button. Sage opting to not show off with the bomb shoes, instead just using strength.
And it definitely makes sense. It's you know, you never know. It's in particular if he needs those shoes for Fire Temple. If that ends up being where because he doesn't know where his light arrows are.
Oh, right.
Just in case.
Right, he doesn't know where his light arrows are, so he might need more items. But he also has wallet, so he can always go back and purchase if he needs.
Yeah. He could go back if need be, but obviously, going all the way back to Carpenter's, if the light arrows were in Fire Temple, and you just use all of those there, that would be a big time loss. So better to just do the safer method. That's easier, and doesn't involve you needing to backtrack a lot. So with that, we'll see Sage basically not bother with anything in Ganon's castle, and just go straight for the boss, see where that is, and come back.
Alright.
One interesting thing for this particular layout, usually we end up seeing a really early GTG, or sorry, not GTG, Ganon's Castle, where you check out all the trials for the items. But in this case, they're basically, and both of our runners that were on Restream just opted to completely skip it, not bother with it at all. Just a consequence of not having bombs for, I don't think, neither of our two players here have found a bomb bag, so.
I don't even know where the bomb bag could be.
Do we still have an opportunity hint in GTG? So my guess is, at this point, one is probably for bomb bag. Does Sage check validation chest?
I mean, everyone checks the validation chest.
Some people don't. Some people...
Especially
are
now,
like...
because of asyncs. Like, it's just a habit for me now.
In this case, I definitely think he will, because, like, what if they're light arrows?
Rude!
If they're light arrows, you just saved yourself some time. It's just money. Bomb bag would also have been hilarious there, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I really would've.
Then, giant sword making very quick work of those knuckles.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it with just Kokiri, or with a Master Sword. I'm assuming the same thing, it's just you gotta hit them a few more times so they'll stun. Because they don't stun until you break their armor.
Correct. Well, it's a little bit trickier because with a big Goron sword, you do enough damage to like stagger them or to break off their armor before they can hit you. With Master Sword, that's not the case. You would have to dodge.
Imagine dodging Iron Knuckles though.
My personal choice, because I'm not good at the... There is a strat where you can stand in a very particular spot and just crouch stab. My personal preference is to jump slash, crouch stab, and then backflip before the swing hits. Which is still pretty fast. It's not as fast as just staying there, obviously, but pretty fast. That was super fast text. I'm impressed Sage managed to read that.
Well, the GTG held for a few more seconds.
Oh, is Sage using OI to warp out? Looks like yes. So normally you can't use your ocarina in boss rooms, but they allow you to use bottle since they want you to use fairies. So what you can do is catch something in the bottle, and then backflip, press the bottle button and another button. And since it's trying to play an animation for that item that you use, but it doesn't have one set for something like, in this case, hookshot, but also it works with swords. And so it defaults to using the ocarina. So you can use... So that lets you play ocarinas in boss rooms. Babe has to be get in the position for crouch stab once, realize wrong position, die, repeat. Yeah, I've definitely done that one. I'm pretty good at that one too. You have that beautiful oh no moment as you're like, this is gonna hit me, and there's nothing I can do about it.
That has happened to me more times than I can count.
Notably, it's what's used for the any percent now to warp directly to the credits. I think it's like 7 minutes.
Oh, look, the hammer!
There's that hammer! Okay, well, there's our second item in here. That logically opens up that bow that Sage found.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because 2s are in the logic, but...
Yeah, true.
The hammer does logically unlock it, but the location of the hammer still puts the bow out of logic.
True. We do still technically need a bomb bag, which we still have no idea where that is, in order to access that check.
I love tracking logic and going, yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, logic in this can definitely be interesting. Love that swag strat. You just recoil off the wall to land. It's chef's kiss.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to do that because I hate this room. It's not hard, and I never fail it. I still hate it.
Usually with long shot, I just opt to go around and like grab that rupee and then long shot to the one that's above the door. And then I'm like, that's fast, right?
Just jump off, jump to the side, go around. Yeah.
What Sage did was way cooler though, so that's objectively better, right?
Of course, it's always better to be cooler. Didn't you learn anything from high school?
Wait, is that what you're supposed to do in high school? Learn? Whoops.
Oh shit. Might have struck a nerve there.
Man. Learning's for nerds. I'm a grad student, so I can say that, right?
gone as far as community college, but I definitely graduated, so.
Kind of unfortunate for Sage going all the way around. Unfortunately, the wrong way we know, but you know, not that much longer.
He'll get there regardless. At least he didn't go straight to maze.
I mean, with what keys?
Those? There's like 2-3 keys in this room alone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he could have gone with like the couple and done 2 checks, but I know you just like do the 2 first checks on the left side with a couple keys. All the keys though. Now he might opt to do center because a bunch of keys now. And I mean, ooh, nice color for the Mio Shield. Well, that's a GG for Dotto
with the GGs.
Clinching that sub 2. So Keymaker, it's been a little while since he's played OOT, so he's kind of rusty and was struggling to do Cross the Wasteland. And so he's getting frustrated and opted to forfeit, which is very unfortunate. We always hate to see it, but we do understand.
And here's the million-dollar question. When you go into Hammer Room, what's the first check you do? I always kill the enemies first.
Yeah, I always kill the enemies, or else they get in the way.
Well, that's good, because that's where the light arrows are.
Well, I don't think it's that one. I think it's the other one, actually. Like the fire
No,
chest.
it is that one. I'm almost 100% sure it's right there. Yep.
Oh, no, it's that one. You are correct.
Depending how well Sage does against Ganon, this could be a sub 2 for him too. It's gonna be close. Not exactly the most fun doing it in under 3 minutes, but
Sage is a well-practiced player, so I do think decent chance of him getting it sub 3 or sub 2. It's definitely going to be pretty tight, though, so. You can, everyone in chat can give your energy to save to get clinch this sub 2. Hey, that's it.
I was gonna use the... Well, the Poe didn't hurt you.
Getting IG, nice. So guaranteed one cycle here.
Yes.
Then we'll see phase 2 for Ganon. Will be very interesting. No bomb, so unfortunately can't super slide into this cutscene. I know it's slower, but it's more fun, so eh.
It's a lot more fun when you do it properly.
And look at all this not lag. It's impressive.
That is the beauty of virtual consoles.
Love the music. Super threatening boss. Cherry minigame music.
Yeah,
Nice combo.
When I beat when I finished my league async, I was fighting Ganon's Cesarius song.
Nice. Also a good choice.
It was like the power of Saria is in it. Got this.
There's phase 1.
We love hammer.
It's I guess.
Well, if you do it properly, if you jump slash fast enough. Hammer was also in GTG.
Right side, first chest, so the bomb lock one. Did you end up finding bomb bag, Dotso? Neither Key nor Sage found a bomb bag.
GG's to Sage here.
Yeah. Getting ready to finish up. Getting just over that 2-hour mark.
That's just cutscenes fucking him over. Because he totally had it.
Cutscenes of 2021 dance game. We'll see. It looks like I was asking for if Sage wants to join us for interview post game. We'll see. Ooh, just wow. So this is probably a good time to mention to everyone. This is qualifier 6 out of 8, and so if you are looking to watch more, there's going to be 2 more qualifiers after this, and then we enter bracket phase, where we'll see all of our players. I think all 3 of our players so far, or Sage and Key, are qualified, so we'll be in the bracket stage, as well as Dotso as well, who's in chat now. They've all qualified for sure. Enough races. Looks like Sage will be joining us for post-game interview. It's also a good time while we're getting all that set up. Good time to shout out once again our glorious trackers, Lazy and Joda with Jay, who allow us to keep track of all the items that are going on in the world and what things people have checked and not. Thank you, as always. You guys are the best. Also, shout out our runners. They see here Sage and Keymaker. Even though Keymaker had to forfeit this one, or chose to forfeit this particular time, do still recommend following both of them. Both amazing runners. And welcome, Sage.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going.
How you feeling about that one?
An interesting seed. Just like it's like where I don't even know what to say. That was just an interesting seed.
Loaded forest, even with wallet, to confirm finishing DC. That was really nice.
Yeah, that wallet go mode is a little interesting.
we were trying to figure out what you were doing in Wasteland. We all thought that move was really clever to go and pick up the shoes there.
I totally forgot you could buy those shoes. I thought you needed a bomb bag.
Yeah, that's why as soon as I found that wallet, I knew what I was going to do. Because my other plan, if that hadn't been there, was to just do GTG and see what I can find in there. But I found the wallet, so I was like, I'll just get the shoes and go to the end.
Well, personally, I feel like you would wish you didn't find that wallet now. Other than obviously getting the shoes, because you ended up, after dispelling your FW to get the shoes, you ended up having to run all the way back just to get the light arrows.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying to find light arrows in GTG, especially like on the way I found Mirror Shield and Hammer, so that was cool. But to be honest, I don't think, like, if I'd found Mirror Shield, the only way I would have done Spirit instead of Shadow is if I'd found Requiem somewhere.
Yeah, right before he left. He was doing Keymaker left. He was doing he was trying to do Wasteland Skip because he found Mirror. He didn't even find Hammer because he didn't have any explosives. He never even checked BMO's chest. Oh no, wait, yeah, he did. He had shoes. Okay. Weird. I don't know.
It doesn't mark, so my guess is he didn't use the choose there. I think he found the choose actually in GTG and didn't go back for that one check.
Yeah.
Yes, seeing those chews on that pedestal too was a little annoying.
Yeah, loaded forest though, like in a possible location, having that many items, that was insane for me. Just to watch, and then also finding Hammer and still having a obviously out of logic bow, but that was a nice play checking that Hammer chest as well.
Yeah. I mean, for all the items that were in forest, though, I don't think any of them were required for anything. I could be wrong. I can't really remember.
Irons.
Yeah.
You had
Iron
boots.
Iron logically
iron-
required.
Logically, yeah. What I mean is like, because iron boots, what would they be required for? Water, but don't you need it for another dungeon? I don't think.
Well, then yes, that does kind of make sense. Well, you also had Dins, which is your fire source, so you didn't have to get 30.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
that
on
was
my way to
definitely
30.
nice to not have to worry about getting the extra skulls. So you're pretty close. I think you were up like
You
by
were
the
like,
end. You were
what,
like
25 or something?
Yeah, it always happens. Like if I resolve I'm going to get the skulls, I'll find the other item that it's stupid. If I hadn't done that, Din's fire wouldn't have been there. So I was just RNG manipulating. It's fine.
Yeah. It's
That's
smart.
Any way the hero would have to block 2 dungeons, even indirectly.
Or 2 dungeons, or like magic, light arrows, or bow. But like, yeah.
Light can't be way the hero, I thought, though.
Well, I think light can't be way of the hero, but I think something can be way of the hero to get to light arrows. Maybe. That one's always a weird one for me.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I guess since there was Din's and Iron Boots in there, maybe it could have been Wath because you had both items there.
Well, the way of the hero only points to one thing, though. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wath can lead to lights, but I can't directly go to lights. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it can't be pointing to light arrows, but you could, for instance, be like, oh, hammers or light arrows are on Vavaja, so you need hammer can be way of the hero.
Yeah,
well,
so
yeah,
I guess
I'm kind of.
I guess like like I was saying, like for all the items that were in there, like none of them could have been Wath on their own. So like the only way we could have been pointed there was that opportunity hint, which is kind of interesting.
Your Wath definitely blocked everything off though, because both Waths were hookshot.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Having long shot so early, I'm not used to that.
I think he had it within 10 minutes. So I think it was like 7-minute mark had long shot.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. He avoided Deku in the beginning. He immediately went to Castle, got the hook shot, then went adult, went to CAC, found long shot.
Makes sense, yeah. A lot of people don't like to grind the money for the shield early on if the forest doesn't give you any.
Oh, that's right. Menu went with Wath too. Okay, so yeah, the Wath makes sense, and then not the suggested, but the possibility also made sense. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of with you, Sage. I really don't have much to say about it. It was very interesting to see how both logically and illogically the seed played out.
It is like basically the best layout of like medallions and stones like you could ask for. It's just because you've got Jabu and Fire as 2 stones, which are 2 single check items. And then, Spirit, if you don't end up finding the Mirror Shield, you can always do all the others.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that, bombs were really, really weird.
Yeah, I wonder what the hell the bombs even are.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious myself where those ended up.
Hopefully someone finds them, because there aren't logs, so.
Oh boy.
The bombs will forever be lost.
I skipped a lot of early checks, so it's probably somewhere stupid. It's like open grotto or some shit.
Keymaker checked the open grotto.
Din's
There was
Fairy or
nothing in there.
like Din's
It could
Fairy
be
is
Din's
bomb
Fairy or
lock,
something.
but that's bomb lock, so
I mean, Zeal was in Bolero, if I remember correctly, so...
it's GG for Cubs.
GG's. That Shadow Temple was really annoying. The key place.
I was a little confused at first. When I saw you completely reset without saving your FW, I was like, what are you doing? And then I realized you locked yourself out.
Yeah, if I had saved there, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I would have had to go find Mirror Shield.
Yep.
That would have been unfortunate.
It was nice. It was nice quick thinking, because like I got confused. I'm like, wait, you're back before the boat? What do you... Then
Yeah,
you ended up finding 3 keys, so that was nice.
I was really hoping there'd be a key back there. And then I would have... If there had been a key back there... Yeah, I was thinking, like, given that there was no key in the mummy room, it seems really likely to me that there would be one in the back, but there just wasn't. Like, all the keys were in the front. It was really weird.
Yeah, your key placement, or this seat's key placement, was really weird for Shadow Temple, because like the spike room, the strength 2 room,
Yeah.
There are never keys in there. Like, what the hell? That was crazy. And
yeah,
then
there's two keys in there, and then one in the other room, and then I guess there must have been at least one in the middle.
Yeah. It's like, as soon as you skip the gate, I was like, oh no, he's not gonna find a key. Like, I might have jinxed it, but at the same time, I'm just like, every time anyone ever does the shortcut, it never pays off.
You'd be surprised. It does pay off more than you think.
Yeah, if you have to get, like, it's not so much that you have to get lucky for it to pay off. You have to get unlucky for it not to pay off.
Yeah, and like I saw that big key right in the back in the bummy room, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. And then it wasn't, and I was sad.
And the keys were like, nah. Yeah, and then you almost left without the boss key.
Yeah, I forgot to go back for it. I had to jump off.
I was like, why did you just jump? Oh yeah, boss key.
Kind of important, you know.
That's a whoops.
I'm actually curious how many people in the seed did Spirit Temple, because I feel like Spirit Temple would have probably been the easier play, especially if you found light arrows and mirror shield.
If like I was saying earlier, even if I'd found that mirror shield earlier, I'm not sure I would have done it even then until I found Requiem, because crossing that desert takes more time than it feels like it does.
Well, and there are some bomb requirements in Spirit.
Yeah, so bomb requirements too.
That's true, yeah.
So I would have been hesitant.
It was good if you know statue climb with a chew, which apparently I don't. I don't know that. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen like videos of it, and yeah, it looks intense.
It's basically the same thing as the original. It's just you have to do one ESS turn. It's just when it explodes, it's a little finicky for some reason. Like sometimes it doesn't push you up.
Because OOT.
I don't know. Some reason.
It's spaghetti code. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I'm glad you could come in here and talk to us about your honestly very big accomplishment with a few things, and very jetty even for a DDR in my opinion.
I guess I could have been a lot more jetty though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely could have been a lot more, but like the item placement and where it wanted you to go, and the fact that it paid off, like I don't know.
Yeah, the seed was basically screaming for you to go GTG or Forest.
3 GTGs and 2 Forest, like that was crazy.
Yeah, the long shot too, kind of the early long shot kind of said, "Hey, I'm GTG. Would you like to come see me?"
I was shocked when you immediately left GTG. Like you even found a bow, and we're like, "All right, he's gonna go to GTG." You got a bow, you got a bottle, and you're like, "All right, I guess I'm skipping elevator."
Yeah, well, I was thinking like, okay, both of these are hinted. I can just leave a Furor's Wind here. I can do Forest first because that's both hinted and progression. If I don't find anything there, I can just Furor's Wind right back and pick up where I left off. So it just seemed like a good idea to me.
Well, either way, both things you did. The only real unfortunate thing was you using your FW to go buy shoes.
Yeah.
Because it made light error.
And Iron Boots popped up and was like, well, now it matters even less.
Yep.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting seed.
Oh, Shiro.
GG,
I was actually lurking Shiro's stream, watching her play her routing. But yeah, GG's to everyone. I gotta read these comments as soon as one more person finishes the race.
All right. Well, if anybody has any closing remarks about that lovely little seed that we had there,
We found bombs.
We found.
oh, let's go,
Diving game.
Zora diving game.
We're diving. Oh boy.
Who would go there?
What a spot.
What a spot.
I'm glad the mystery was solved. I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight.
But yes, I would like to thank everyone for helping out and for all our volunteers that we had. Thanks for the trackers, which we shouted out not that long ago. It helps if you actually type in the thing after the exclamation mark. Dark. And of course, our runners Sage and Keymaker. And nope, I accidentally clicked something. Don't click things. Clicking things is bad. Which one am I missing? Runners. Sage and Keymaker. You can both give them a follow. And of course, they never get any love around here. So make sure also to support our restreamers who do a bunch of stuff in the background to get everything working. So iBot02, who's here at the start, as well as Clam, who's here now with us. Thank you so much.
All right, and thank you. I mean, obviously, we couldn't do any of this without the runners because we'd just be, a couple idiots talking to each other. But we also couldn't do it without the commentators, without the trackers. It would just be a complete, absolute mess if all the communities weren't so organized and offered us up volunteers themselves. So it's really good. However, enough about us. The A Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup semi-finals are currently on. Kind of insane. So we're gonna go and head over to ZeldaSpeedRuns, the main channel. It's W Garrison versus 8-Bit, and then directly after that is another semi-finals match, which is Zero Rush versus Phant. I presume that said Phant. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great. A spectacular tournament it has been so far. I cannot wait for the end of it. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you are. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you for